Ethics is a set of guidelines important for every human being. It plays an important role professionally. Media being a community driven profession, it is crucial for media professionals to be ethical. Hello everyone, I'm Kreepa Gurung, and today we will be looking upon ethical media practices in Bhutan. Bhutan is a landlocked country in South Asia at the end of the Himalayas. It is bordered by India to the west, south, and east, and China to the north. With a total area of 38,394 square kilometer, the 2019 estimated population of Bhutan was 763,000, up from 744,000 in 2017, which makes it the 165th most populous country in the world. The capital and largest city is Thimphu, with a population of 80,000. Current Prime Minister of Bhutan is Dr. Lothe Tshering. Religion in Bhutan is widely comprised of Buddhism 74.9%, Hinduism 22.6%, Bon and other indigenous faith 1.9%, Christianity 0.5%, Islam 0.1%, and other to none in 2%. Starting off with print publication, Kunsel is the national newspaper of the Kingdom of Bhutan, founded in 1967 AD. It was the only local newspaper available in Bhutan until 2006. The Bhutan Times is Bhutan's first privately owned newspaper run by a group of young reporters and editors. English and Dzongkha languages are both equally given importance by print media. Following up with radio, the Bhutan Broadcasting Service was established in 1973 as a radio service broadcasting in shortwave nationally and on the FM band in Thimphu. The service started television broadcast in 1999, making Bhutan the last country in the world to introduce television. The Bhutan Broadcasting Service has also been said to be the cheapest and easiest way to educate people in their country. The channels broadcasted are BBS TV, also known as BBS One or BBS Flagship Channel. It broadcasts news and current affairs, education, sports, and culture. It launched on June 2, 1999 as first television channel of Bhutan. The other, BBS Two, also known as BBS General Entertainment Channel, was launched in 2012. The first radio broadcast commenced in November 1973 when the National Youth Association of Bhutan began radio transmissions of news and music for a half hour each Sunday under the name Radio NYAB. The transmitter was first rented from a local telegraph office in Thimphu. Shortwave radio reached all of Bhutan in 1991, and by the end of 2005, FM radio service reached the entire country. 14 hours and 45 minutes of each broadcast consists of broadcasts in Dzongkha language, with 3 hours and 45 minutes broadcast in English, 2 hours and 53 minutes in Sarchup, and an hour and 58 minutes in Nepali. Moving on to Code of Ethics for Journalists by Bhutan Infocom and Media Authority, there are 11 codes to follow and respect by media professionals. Journalists in Bhutan, as elsewhere, have a duty to maintain the highest professional and ethical standards. They shall provide independent and accurate news and information with integrity, remaining accountable for their actions, neutral in their position, and keeping the national interest foremost in their minds at all times. They shall, accordingly, conduct themselves in consonance with the following principles and observe these principles both in letter and in spirit. Number 2. Professional integrity. A journalist shall present the news with integrity and decency, avoiding real or perceived conflicts of interest, and respect the dignity and intelligence of the audience as well as the subject of news. Number 3. Social responsibility. A journalist shall A. Recognize their obligation to the public and to the country. B. Not publish any matter which offends against good taste and decency. Number 4. The right to truth. A journalist shall pursue the truth at all times and not publish false, inaccurate, misleading, or distorted material. He shall ensure that, as far as possible, every story he writes is thoroughly researched. In particular, he shall clearly distinguish between fact, comment, and conjecture. Where, despite due diligence in researching a story, he publishes an inaccurate fact, he shall ensure that a correction and a suitable apology is published as soon as possible after inaccuracy has been brought to his attention. A journalist shall defend the independence of all journalists from those seeking influence or control over news content and gather and report news without fear or favor and vigorously resist undue influence from any outside forces, including advertisers, sources, story subjects, powerful individuals, special interest groups, and also political groups. He shall determine news content solely through editorial judgment and not as a result of outside influence. He shall also resist any self-interest or peer pressure that might erode journalistic duty and service to the public and to the country. Number 6. Sensationalism. A journalist shall avoid sensationalism in the reporting of events and take all possible precautions to ensure that anything published by him does not have the effect of inciting people into violence or other illegal acts. Number 7. Protection of sources. A journalist should ordinarily protect the confidentiality of his sources. He may, however, reveal the identity of a source where he has obtained the consent of the source or where the law requires him to do so. Number 8. Respect for privacy and human dignity. A journalist shall not publish anything that is defamatory of any person or organization or invade the privacy of any person without his consent and shall respect his private and family life, home, health, and correspondence. Number 9. Recordings of conversations. A journalist shall not harass, intimidate, or trick any person to obtain or attempt to obtain information or pictures. In particular, he shall not install listening devices on anyone's property or tape record conversations with anyone without their consent, except in circumstances where it can clearly and objectively be demonstrated that there is an overriding public interest in doing so. Number 10. Competition and fairness. A journalist shall adhere to the spirit of free competition in the Bhutanese media and shall not, at any time, monopolize or attempt to monopolize the market by using power, influence, authority, money, or by any other means. Finally, number 11, national interest. A journalist shall place the national interest and security above everything. That summarizes ethical media practices in Bhutan. Thank you.